gift from me to you on Christmas Day. Good morning, YouTube. What's up, everybody? I hope you're safe and healthy and happy and doing okay. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. I figured I would put out a video today anyway because maybe you're taking a break from opening presents or you're just chilling today. Either way, here's something for you to enjoy. We're gonna talk about a shoe today that I really enjoy, not to spoil it too much, but that's the Asics Superblast. I did my first run impression of this shoe not too long ago, like a month ago, and while I probably don't have exactly 50 in this yet, I think I know enough about it to give you my full review. Since this shoe has been released, I've gotten a ton of questions about it and how I've been enjoying it since I first reviewed it. So we're gonna talk about all that today. If you want a little bit more detail on the specs of the shoe and what the shoe is kind of made of, then I would suggest going to watch my first impressions of it. Today we're just gonna talk about what's been working for me and not working for me through the course of approximately 50 miles. Before we get started today, I do want to let you know that this shoe was provided to me by Asics. However, they're not going to see this video before you. They can't tell me what to say, and all of my opinions are always my own. First up, we have the upper. Asics is using a jacquard woven mesh here. In my first run impressions video, I said that this reminded me of both a racing shoe's upper mixed with a daily trainer's upper. It's really breathable and the material is pretty comfortable. You have a nice amount of padding around the ankle and the tongue is soft, lays nicely on the top of your foot. And I really have had no issues with it. It's been holding up really well. The only thing I guess that you could call an issue, although it's kind of nitpicky, is that I would say it's sort of a big upper and the laces are thin, so it's difficult for me sometimes to get a really good lockdown across the midfoot. Something I didn't necessarily experience initially, but with wearing the shoe over a little bit more time, I have kind of felt that a bit. I think maybe part of the reason why I'm having slight issues with the fit could be that the upper loosened up slightly over time, but I think the real maybe situation here is that this is a unisex shoe. So perhaps the sizing isn't exact because they're trying to make it, wearable for both men and women's feet. I don't know. Just something that I thought about. I like the idea that it's sort of two uppers in one because you get that breathability that you feel in racing shoes, but you also get enough sturdiness to kind of take this on your daily runs, which is what you get from a daily trainer. So I'm happy to say that I still don't have any hot spots, blisters, or irritation from the shoe, and so far, minus the tiny nitpicks, I do really enjoy this upper. Next up, we have the midsole. Here, Asics is using two different types of foam. Ready? Orange, FF Blast Turbo, green, FF Blast Plus. Very simple. The way that these two foams work together is gold. I am totally in love with it. The Flight Foam Blast Turbo gives you that energy return and that response that you do get in a racing type of shoe or a tempo day shoe. And then that small layer of the FF Blast Plus gives you a little bit more cushion, protection. It waters down the rigidity of the FF Blast Turbo a bit. This has been the perfect combination for me for daily training runs. I've been doing the majority of my runs easy. You guys know this if you've been following along on my training or these videos, and you wouldn't think that a really advanced foam would be made for that because you'd think automatically that it's a racing shoe. But this combo really lends itself to doing all of the daily work that you want to do. So easy runs, no problem, crushes it. The other day on my easy run, I did do one faster mile at the end just to pick it up and see what this shoe could do. And I felt that energy return, I felt the response, and my legs were turning over pretty well. What I will say though is that if you're looking for this shoe to provide the kind of feeling and sensation of propulsiveness that a racing shoe provides, you're not necessarily gonna get that because this doesn't have a plate. It also feels super soft, not too soft, it's not that sinking in feeling, but it feels protective and it could definitely go long. Kofuzi just ran CIM in the Superblast, so that just goes to show you that this shoe can be taken the distance and at a very fast Kofuzi-like pace. It's a big shoe. It doesn't necessarily feel it weight-wise. It feels it kind of on foot a little bit, especially with this the foam kind of sticking out here at the back. I'd say there's probably more nimble shoes out there, but I think it does everything pretty damn well. It feels exactly how it did when I first took it out of the box, and I think Asics really has a winner here. They have something. I am into the way this midsole feels. Now for the outsole. Asics is using their A-Hard Plus rubber. That's all the black that you see, and everything else is exposed Foam Blast Plus. I think the rubber on this shoe is pretty good, but the fact that there is so much exposed foam does kind of make this shoe a little bit slippery in some situations. Not terrible, but I'm a little bit more cautious when I'm stepping on the ground in the shoe if it's wet outside. However, despite the fact that there is a lot of exposed foam and not a ton of rubber, I'm not really seeing too much wear, and the tread pattern on the rubber is still looking pretty good. Generally speaking, I never have an issue with Asics rubber. I think it's pretty solid. So I am gonna probably guess that, yeah, it is all the exposed foam here. Now let's talk about the price. This shoe comes in on runningwarehouse.com at $219.95, which is very expensive for a shoe without a carbon fiber plate. Now, I'll let you decide if it's worth it to you to purchase a kind of do-it-all shoe for $220. But if you are interested in picking up your own pair, you can do so on runningwarehouse.com. I'll put a link in the description of this video. Keep in mind, it is an affiliate link with Running Warehouse. However, that doesn't mean much for you. It just helps out my channel. To me, this shoe is worth $220 because I can really get my money's worth. I can do easy runs. I can do long runs. I can do some tempo work in this shoe. I can do anything that I want to do in here. Like, you can even race a marathon. And because of that, I'm giving the Asics Superblast 4.5 out of 5 stars. I know other companies have combined some racing foam with their more daily trainer-esque foam, but I don't think any of them have quite done it as well as Asics has here in the Superblast. It really gives you a workhorse of a shoe that is up for anything. Before I got this shoe, I was pretty certain what my top shoes of the year were gonna be. And then I got this. And now it's all, I gotta go back to the drawing board because I gotta fit this in somewhere. Let me know in the comments down below if you've tried the Asics Superblast. Like I said, I know we got it pretty late in the game, so did this become your top shoe of 2022? It's one of them for me. Next week, you'll find out what my favorite shoes are from 2022, but this week, it's the Asics Superblast. Well, everyone, that concludes my full review of the Asics Superblast. If you enjoyed this video, please like it down below and subscribe. And when you're done with all that, hit the notifications bell so you can find out every time I upload a new video. Did you guys see my sweatshirt? Only the real ones know. Only the real ones get it. I have another video for you next week, my favorite shoes of 2022, so please make sure to check it out. I'll see you next Sunday. In the meantime, get out there, get on the grind, and don't forget to run like Heller. See you next time, and happy holidays. All right, cookies, cosmic brownie cookies. Mel, review them.
All right, well, they're a little cold right now.
Good? Wow.
You know.
They're really good.
Really good.
Great review, thanks.